Good morning, and it's 5 a.m. here in Italy. And today I was going to dedicate some time to one Sifu in particular, and we're going back to the 1970s again. And being a little kid, you're always impressioned by these bigger lifelike figures in your life. So, that's the perspective I'm going to take today. Still remembering this Sifu like a little kid. And his name is Sifu Graham Kuerschner. Now, Sifu Graham Kuerschner, what can I say about this man? He's, when we go to school, Sifu Gym School in Adelaide, being a little kid, I was really impressed because one, he had this aura about him. It's like everybody was intimidated. As soon as he walked in the room, he had this really stern look, and you didn't know if he was like pissed off or if he was going to get angry with you. He just looked really, really serious. And so I was always intimidated, and I thought, wow, man, you can't mess with this guy. And so you better do what he says, and we all did, when he taught us something. Apart from that, he was really, really, really good. Technically speaking, he was like really precise. He would execute techniques with, maximum perfection. He was one of the highest grades. I remember there was one person who was a bit higher than him. Sadly, I believe he passed away. That was Instructor Neville. And then, Graham became, the highest ranking instructor at that period of time. And really, because of Sifu Graham, I really do believe with my heart, he helped really grow the Adelaide school, along obviously with Sifu Jim and other instructors, but he was really a main attraction. Like, my brother and I, we always said, like, let's go because, Sifu Graham was there. So I'm pretty sure I remember the nights, like one of the most popular nights was a Tuesday night. So we would go out simply because Instructor Graham was there. And, he was really militant with everything he did. And, in being young, I being young, I was a really young kid, I started at 7 years old. And, so just as I was growing, he would execute a lot of stuff and he would encourage you to train. Sometimes just if I had some time spent with him to execute techniques like stepping back, doing gun sound, then coming with the punches, maybe he would land in a few side kicks, and me being a midget, if I was able to do it right, he'd look at you seriously, and then after a while, if he'd just give you a slight grin, you knew you'd done good, and, you'd just train harder. So he would help you sort of like inspire you to grow. And so, a lot of people are attracted to that. And the fact that he was really on a technical level really good. He was impressive to watch. And sometimes I remember growing up, I would hang out just Saturday afternoons after training. We'd all sit down along the wall of the school, and we just watch him spar for a couple of hours. Like, then we get up, do chisao, and not that we sit down for 2 hours, but and just watch him spar a couple of the instructors, and it was all controlled sparring, but it was really cool. It was like watching a Chinese movie, but probably better. And these were my experiences. A lot of inspiration came out of just watching Instructor Graham. So a lot of credit goes to that guy because he really, really helped the Adelaide school grow and the reputation of Wing Chun, because honestly, it was like he was a gifted fighter. He took different paths. He always stuck with Wing Chun. He also went and learned under Grandmaster Sui Shung Tin in Hong Kong, along with other instructors. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube you can watch. And I believe he gained a lot from that as well, because I've watched a few videos where he does a lot of like internal things, from how I see it, and so effectively as well. So I'm sure he had a deep impact from Sifu Jim, and in particular from Grandmaster Sigung Choi, which is really good. I know he had a lot of training experience with my good friend Vince Palumbo. And then, like, if you go and check out his curriculums, like, man, he's got a real deep military background. Yeah, go on to his site and check. I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but you can check out his curriculum on street defensive tactics. And if you see the first photo of him, he looks upset again. I mean, come on, Graham, smile. And but it talks about his history there and what he's done, and he's deeply into not only Wing Chun but Krav Maga, law enforcement, VIP protection, third-party protection, combat instructor, military solar operator, women and kids instructor. I mean, he's dedicated his whole life into this, so it's pretty hard not to see how he didn't inspire me as a kid, because he was, boom, really deep impact. So, and I think Graham knows this because I sort of communicated to him once many years ago. And so the list goes on. He's deep into his screamer, Dochipatas, which is, again, related to my friend Vince Palumbo. And the list goes on. So, ground fighting, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Check out his curriculum. Like I said, he was a very big influence in making the Wing Chun school grow in Adelaide. All right, talk too much, and hope you enjoyed that. Graham Kuerschner, he's the man. He's really been an important growth to the or part of the growth to the South Australian, if not Australian history, because he travelled around. He even went to Sydney a few times to help the growth of the Wing Chun Association, the Wing Chun community in Australia. Okay, have a good one, guys.